Hey, how's it going, guys? It's your boy Blu-rayDave back with another video here. And as I'm kind of like eating up almost all of X-Men content, and like I said, I'm happy that I finally finished X-Men the animated series. I think I'm just like with everyone else, like since the MCU started. Of course, there's one franchise I'm gonna be talking about here that I really want canon now to the MCU, and it will make a lot of like more sense, right? Oh yeah, talking about the X-Men franchise. Yep, and I think they will in some way because if you've been watching New Rockstars the last couple of days, really, Eric Voss, he made some specific points. Like, obviously, I'm taking it with a grain of salt, but these theories, they make a lot of sense, right? But we won't know until future movies establish this, including, like, Secret Wars, right? Like, I mean, who knows? What if it's possible that Wanda wished that mutants didn't exist in the MCU, and they did it in at some point in time, but her future self apparently erased them, you know? So, like, who knows? Literally, like, the first X-Men movie, again, eventually in time, if this will become true in the future, that would literally, I guess, technically be the first of the MCU, even though, like, the Blade movies, they came out first, like, and also, you would have to like put the X Men movies in different points of time in your MCU collection, right? Imagine that collection, like, geez. Yeah, this is the only other Marvel franchise I want to be canon to the MCU right now. Um, I still don't believe that the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies are canon, just because like uh, sure, they did pop up in No Way Home, but like I don't believe those films to be canon because again, they're part of the multiverse, right? Or Spider Verse, if you will. Take it as you will, because again, I just can't believe it right now because until like post Secret Wars, like whatever Kevin Feige wants to do, and he's like, oh hey, by the way, these movies are canon, so rearrange your Marvel collection. Like, geez. Even after when Kevin Feige, I guess annoyingly said like, "Oh, everything that you've seen from Marvel is canon, like not just the MCU movies now, like everything is canon." Like, no, no, that's a lot to take in. That's a big pill to swallow, and I'm not swallowing that pill just yet, guys. um, I just been like I said, I've been binge watching the X Men movies a lot as of late. Like, um, somehow, I guess I am somewhat convinced that the adamantium that was put in Logan, like, I guess it is part vibranium. And even Kevin Feige, back in the early Marvel Studios days, like, excuse me, you gotta remember, Marvel Studios was an independent company, right? And of course, it started with Iron Man, right? But like, Kevin Feige did want to like collab with other studios, right? Like, Paramount was the first one, Um, I'm happy that they're not still moving on with the MCU. Like, it was just a temporary thing, right? Of course, like, with Universal, with the Incredible Hulk, and thank God the Hulk rights are back to Disney. Yeah, Fox was pretty much on the table at Marvel Studios. Like, I guess Kevin Feige wanted to put all these little Easter eggs in the X Men movies to see, like, oh, these will be canon one day. These will be relevant to the MCU. Um, like I said, I'm convinced, but again, um, take it with a grain of salt here, guys, because younger me just would have believed in all that. Um, yes, I just really hope that they retcon like Logan did fight like in World War II with Captain America, right? Because even in the comics, like I know I haven't read any comics, but I've heard a lot of good things in the comics. Like those two were also a good dynamic duo. Well, I don't know about dynamic duo, but like in World War II, even watching the Captain America episode in X Men animated series, like I thought they were gonna show like Captain America, I guess like present day, like in the '90s, right? But like no, So it was a good like starting point for that. So I hopefully we'll see Chris Evans and Hugh Jackman um, team up as well. You know, as much as we want like both Tobey Maguire and Hugh Jackman to cross over, like they should have done. Just like again, just seeing like I really want to see Cap and Logan, you know, teaming up, see what that's like. Um, you know, I'm happy to hear these other reports that Hugh Jackman is having a future in the MCU. Like, I know, like after Deadpool 3, this isn't going to be his last movie. Like, Secret Wars will be the next one for sure, and like he's going to have other Wolverine solo projects in the works. So, and like I said, I really hope he remains as the MCU Wolverine because honestly, at this point, guys, it's really impossible to replace Hugh Jackman. You know, actors when they get older, they still want to play their parts, right? Like Charlie Cox, you know, he's in his early 40s, but he still wants to play Daredevil. Like, geez, like yes, like keep letting him play on. And of course, there are going to be some people that will tell you like, oh well, like not everybody can play the character for a long time because like Robert Downey Jr. is older and like he can't play the character like. I mean, never say never, guys. I mean, honestly, I think RDJ is kind of down with the idea now that maybe, like, he wants Disney to bring him back. Like, again, it's really up to Kevin Feige, really, to call the shots. Like, of course, I wasn't that affected by Tony's death in Endgame, even after, like, these last 5 years. Like, it'd be really cool to have Tony back, you know? Because in Secret Wars, you're supposed to have everybody. So, again, Endgame was supposed to be like the last film for like the original 6 Avengers to be killed off, right? Like that was on the table, right? Like, yeah. So yeah, I just really want Hugh Jackman to keep playing Wolverine as long as he can. Like honestly, up to this point, it's probably not going to happen, but I really want them to retcon Logan's death. Like I think Deadpool should revive Logan at that time and just give Logan a reason to be happy to be alive and be Wolverine and team up with these other superheroes, right? Like superpowered humans, you know. Even Hizzy made a like kind of like a funny joke to it, but like just still, I know for a fact that Wolverine and Deadpool 3's, you know, are Wolverine because I know the multiverse has like, you know, obviously different variants of Wolverine. Like they can't even look like Hugh Jackman, but honestly, there's just one version of Wolverine that looks like Hugh Jackman. Really, like leave that stuff to like the Doctor Strange stuff, but like and of course this movie I know will feature different variants of Wolverine, like who could be like the next contender, but like just have like a quick scene and then just move on with every single one of these Logan variants because I just don't want to get myself excited about that. Like again, let's just stick with Hugh. You know, this is his legacy, you know, 24 years. This is what made him famous because of X-Men, because of Wolverine. Like, again, Wolverine is the face of X-Men. You know, they should have made him the leader. I don't like Cyclops as much, to be honest with you guys. Even in the animated series, just didn't like him as much. He was just too serious, unfortunately. A mature weenie, if you will. But yeah, I mean, besides with, you know, with Hugh Jackman, I don't see any other, like, I don't see the point of, like, replacing the other X-Men members, right? Like, make the original trilogy and prequel X-Men characters, like, official MCU characters again in the MCU because again I don't see anybody else playing their roles, you know, like like Patrick Stewart's Professor X, for example. He just did such a good job with that character. He's played, He's played that character 7 times actually, if you count Multiverse of Madness. And I guess I am left to believe that the Xavier he played in Multiverse of Madness is like the Fox verse Xavier, and he was killed off. I guess like the third time. um, yeah, just bring everybody back. Like the more that I watch these X-Men films, the more like I really do appreciate them and love them the most. Like, I still don't like X2 though, guys. No matter how many times I watch that movie, it's just not that good. I did rewatch The Last Stand the other night, and I did think like this movie is a better movie than X2, honestly. Um, Even First Class, as much as I didn't like First Class, that is a better movie too than X2. Um, I mean, obviously, of course, Kevin Bacon should be playing like a villain role from now on with future movies. Like he played a villain in that one, of course, but like I just don't like Kevin Bacon. You know, still. Um, yeah. What else is there to say other than like, yeah, just make the 10 X-Men films canon. Not New Mutants though. I watched that like a couple weeks ago. It is a bad movie, guys. Like, I do agree with a lot of you guys. The X-Men franchise should have ended with Logan, but I like Dark Phoenix, so like I know that was like the last one to end the X-Men saga. So yeah, don't bring New Mutants into this. Hate that movie with a burning passion. There was a horror element to it, but the problem is that like the lack of story and characters, like they just were not that good, and that movie should have been rated R. Of course, that freaking movie didn't scare me, but I'm just thinking like this movie should have been rated R. They're trying to go for the horror aspect. Yeah. Of course, my favorite X-Men movie of all time will always be X-Men Origins Wolverine. I freaking love this movie, guys. Freaking love this. And I don't know, I feel like a lot of people are now kind of like reflecting on this movie and going back to it. Like, yes, like give this more movie that the love that it deserves. I'm pretty sure Deadpool 3 will have a lot of references. Like, I'm pretty sure they will reference their first encounter. So yeah, for any newcomers, that is Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool here, Wade Wilson here. So this was his first debut as Deadpool. So yeah. Of course, I am planning to get on the Deadpool movies on Blu-ray soon. Just like I want to make sure I get everything. Like there's the 2-pack, and then there's Once Upon a Deadpool. So like I want to make sure I get those before any future Blu-ray release of Deadpool 3 comes out. But yeah, this is definitely going to be the best movie of 2024 because it's really highly anticipated. It's the perfect summer movie, and like it's going to be a hardcore rated R. Like I think this is like a final test for Disney as well, because this is going to be their first rated R movie, and we'll see how that goes. Like, well, obviously they're going to continue making mature content, but like, I mean, I have faith in this movie that it's going to do well, of course. Again, I'm just happy that I'm investing in a Deadpool movie that's part of the MCU canon. My stuff on the side here. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much what I have to say. So, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Please turn on the post notification bell and share my content if you haven't already. And tell me, guys, what do you think of the X-Men films? And, the Deadpool films, too. And do you think they should make the X-Men films canon to the MCU? Because, again, like, that would have to start first before Iron Man, really. So, yeah, I'm trying not to get my hopes up with this, but, like, at some point, maybe Kevin Feige will say something officially. Right. Again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for letting me. The Lord be with you guys. Always love you guys. Peace out, guys, and hopefully you bubs are having a good night. All right. Bye, guys.